Welcome back, everyone. Game 3 is on the cards as Penta tie things up in game number 2. A couple of messy games in this series, but seems like Penta are kind of curving out to the more solid line that we're used to seeing from them, and soaring to great heights there as Lacoste shows the trajectory that they're taking. Ant still playing pretty well, drafting decently, but some glaring mistakes for sure with players going in alone without the rest of their team, a few kind of weird and wonky team fights happening. But game 3, new draft, new heroes. We'll find out exactly what we're dealing with, Lacoste.
Yeah, maybe Ant needs to pick Weaver. Is Weaver actually an ant or a...
That's a very good question.
We need some lore expert.
We need a scientist in here.
Yeah, we need the...
So, action scientist. Get the lore books out. I'm not sure. It's definitely an insect, right? But I don't know if it's an ant. Weaver probably doesn't like being called an ant. It's probably racist or something, towards the Weaver species.
I mean, it's 2017. Everything's racist, man.
Yeah, just identify as... What do you want to? So, Ant, start off with the Shadow Demon Sand King. Is Tinker banned out? It is. Penta, get rid of that annoying little guy. And they start off with a Shadow Shaman Ogre. RMN picking himself the big bruiser yet again. Very open-ended draft. Banning out the Luna because the SD Luna combo is there. Everything seems, very logical and straightforward. But why have Ant picked a Baden this time in the second phase, Lacoste? Is there something that I'm missing?
When you play,
apart from a brain.
Yeah, when you play and they're not that experienced as a team, you just try to snipe a pick. You can actually see them banning out pretty much the same heroes. Now they banned the Gyro, which they didn't ban in the first stage. Abaddon, really good against Shadow Shaman, of course, removing the slow from Ogre Magi. In the laning stage, works really well through the mid-game against all Shadow Shaman spells. They decide to go for something different this time. Viper dominated the OD in the laning stage, but laning stage does not matter that much. You can recover. Depends what heroes you have. It's Dota. Now they go for a sniper, which is also a good counter to an OD. And with these 3 heroes, they don't have a gap closer.
So we're looking for this off-lane hero for Boogie to be the guy that jumps on that sniper potentially, right? Yeah,
they might go for... Well, but they have a lot of save for that sniper. You have Abaddon, you have Shadow Demon.
So you can't go for like a Beastmaster Roar because there'll be disruption, there'll be shield.
Well, maybe something with lower cooldown. Maybe a PA. Or that, something that can stand on top of him, so he needs to run back. Lycan, who's bloodlusted, seems super scary.
Absolutely. And then they've also got that tied-in pushing, kind of side lane pushing, or just all-in tower taking destruction with Serpent Wards and the Lycan. Works out wonders.
Did you say Tide Hunter?
No, the tied-in, sort of interlaced.
Yeah, but they can still pick a Tide Hunter for... Yeah, there's the ban.
There's the ban.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I didn't say it, but yeah, there we go. But yeah, Ant don't have much wave clear, right? They've got like Shadow Poison and Sniper to maybe drag waves away from towers, but they've got no good way of like killing wolves and necro units.
They might go for something like Underlord, which is pretty common pickup these days. I mean, it's still the same hero, but seems like teams found out how to play with him. It seems like more of a 5-on-5 fight. Yeah, that fills the 2 roles. Gap closer against the sniper. With the ulti, they can get close. Really nice pickup overall.
Not reliant on an ultimate as well. You were looking at these save mechanisms. Centaur has relatively low cooldowns on Stomp and Double Edge as Ant come out with Alchemist 5th pick. What's happening? Where does this guy slot in? Is this a mid sniper with a safe lane Alk, or do they move these heroes around in some other way?
Well, Koblak was Koblak. I don't know how to pronounce it. I thought it was G. Never mind.
The Turkish Goblak.
Yeah, the Turkish Goblak, the fake Goblak. I'm not sure Alchemist does so good against OD, but seems like Oliver is playing OD this game. So they might swap it around. They might still swap in-game. What you want to have is Sniper against OD matchup, so Sniper farms, and if you have Alchemist on safe lane against the Centaur, you can also free farm.
Well, we will get into game, find out what these teams have planned for us. The first couple of games have been very intense. Some beautiful team fights.
Yeah, what I'm just thinking, sorry Gary, what Penta can do, they can tri-lane with Lycan aggressively. Shadow Shaman, Ogre, and Lycan is pretty strong lane, and then have a 1 versus 1 Centaur against the Baron. Not the best lane for the Cent, but he will have a lot of farm. You see Centaur with Orb of Venom build once again.
Oh, Orb of Venom Stout Shield.
So that's what they might want to go for.
Boogie did this on the Abaddon before, right?
Yeah, in the previous game.
Interesting. Well, DNZ's on the Ogre this time as well. They've actually put RMN onto the Shadow Shaman. I think, honestly, for me, that's probably one of the more interesting things about Penta, is that their supports are... They fluctuate much heavier, right? We see shifts between kind of farm priority and certain support roles. You know, Rubik gets swapped around on a lot of teams, like Liquid, for instance. But this team swaps heroes, swaps roles with their supports, but they swap game, like, play styles as well. So often we see, you know, RMN playing Lich or Ogre, where he sits there, he protects a lane, he makes sure that he gets through to the mid-game, and he secures that early game stage for them. This time, DNZ will be playing that role as RMN shifts to the kind of Shadow Shaman. Sure has lane control, but definitely mid-game is much more objective-focused, and will be paired up with the Lycan of Oliver when taking down buildings.
Yeah, seems like they will go for that aggressive tri-lane. That's why and have 5 heroes on top, just trying to scout the lanes. This is a really, really slow lineup from Ant Esports. You have Sniper, you have Alk. If somehow they manage to survive throughout the mid-game, they have pretty good late game. Shadow Demon with Disruption on super farmed Alk seems scary. I mean, both Sniper and Alk need a lot of time to actually come online.
Having Abaddon and SD as saves, Sand King is your team fight. As long as they can get some farm on those 2 cores, should look okay for them. But over on the Penta side, they've got some spooky heroes themselves. Lycan, probably Oliver's second signature hero. Chaos Knight is like signature hero. He loves that so much. Then Lycan, for me anyway, the games I've seen from Penta, is probably a close second, the way that they love to use him. Should have a good time, and he'll swing back up towards top. They were scouting out here looking for what's happening. Oliver gets a double bounty rune. Alk also gets a double bounty rune there. Already up to 700 gold. Gets boots, TP's bot, buys a Quelling Blade.
Quelling Blade and has 100 gold extra. This is a good laning swap from Ant. They're going to have Sniper on mid, and they're going to have Alk on the bottom. They just need to help out Alk on the bottom lane. So
then you have OD safe lane.
They swap everything.
Magic Wand build. Posing as me, the, for now, off-lane Shadow Demon, but Zaz will be arriving.
Yeah, Magic Wand is so good right now because of the region that you have, especially on heroes like Lycan, who naturally have high HP region. Okay, that's... When he has, what, level 3, level 4 Feral, he's gonna have more than 10 HP region per second. There's a stun from a Sand King on the bottom lane.
He's turned around on though. Like Ogre being here, DNZ is just a body, a wall in the way. Shadow Demon and Alk couldn't really get close enough to do anything. You even see Alk there take a point in the concoction just to try and fight in this lane a little better than they have been so far. But yeah, I guess with the one change as well, you know, we used to see OD safe lane from like Arteezy by Ring of Aquila, right? For the stats, for the mana regen. And the armor to try and keep him alive in these side lanes, but I guess Wand kind of fills a very similar, you know, build-up item role just to let you stay in the lane a little longer.
Yeah, I mean, even before it was a must-have item, right now it's so good. Even on the roamers, you can just build it after the boots and have that extra region. It's cheap, easy to make.
The triple bounty rune excursion, securing one for the Alk. If he Sand King does get the other, make sure that Ogre doesn't get his hands on it. So how's mid lane going? Sniper 5 and 3, Lycan 11 and 3, so definitely coming out on top thanks to attack damage, quelling blade, animation. Sniper is struggling a touch. Maybe not as many denies as Lycan would like, but there's one. There's another. Up to 4 now.
Might be a kill on Shadow Shaman.
Good TP. Very intelligent from RMN.
Well, he's an intelligence hero.
You're absolutely right. He's role-playing. That's Shadow Shaman. Yeah, needs to start shouting in all chat, Nayata, Hayata, or some shit like that. Is Alk in trouble? He's getting battered down by the two brawlers there. No real kill. It doesn't feel like there's kill power on any of these lanes, right? Abaddon OD, maybe OD at like level 5 or something, can run him down with Arcane Orb and the Astral, but mid lane maybe is the lane that we look towards for a kill to happen with like a smoke gank, right?
Bottom lane though, Ogre with a stun build. Centaur when he gets level 3, level 2 double edge. It's gonna be more than enough to kill. If they catch Shadow Demon out of guard, maybe even Sand King. You wanna predict where we're gonna have first blood?
I am jumping from lane to lane to make sure I don't miss it, Lacoste. I don't want to predict because that might ruin my mindset. But I think mid lane, some kind of smoke gank mid. Oh, it's actually doing it. Shadow Shaman Ogre moving there. I want to come back to the Alchemist item build in a second though, because he's going Battle Fury, which I am excited about. I've not seen this since the days of Chinese players like Burning going for that, but Sniper is caught mid. In comes the Ogre and the Rasta. Lycan will get one final swipe in as Infi. No! Infi gets the first blood bottom lane. We missed the first blood.
I told you it's gonna be bottom.
God. Freaking damn it!
Yeah, you would be right if Ogre didn't save stun, so that Oliver gets the kill.
They were waiting for Oliver to get the last hit, and then bottom lane dies. Oh, that's disappointing. But 1 for 1. Infi gets the first blood on the Centaur bottom, and now we can come back to Alchemist. Battle Fury has been on the rise for a number of heroes. The change in build-up, the Demon Edge. People saw this as, a huge item this patch for melee cores to be able to farm, regen, split push, sustain themselves. And it has been pretty big, making a comeback on Juggernaut. A little bit of a comeback on Anti-Mage at the start of the patch until he got nerfed a touch. Going onto the Shadow Demon here with Stomp, with a Concoction. Holds the Centaur back until the Double Edge takes down that SD. And now inside the Acid Spray. Alchemist backs up. But what makes this better than, let's say, the standard kind of, or standard used to be, the Radiance build on Alk? Is Alk okay? Yeah, good disruption. Keeps the Centaur at bay, and now the Concoction look to turn it around for Devs. In on to the Shadow Shaman, still juking through these trees. Poison stacking up onto Boogie.
Ringa Rosie.
4 onto DNZ. And now the Burrow Strike. Centaur caught. A few more hits, but the Magic Stick. Lycan pauses the game. Oh, how do we get out of here? It says go. that's a tactical pause.
Tactical pause right there, no doubt about it.
It looks like Penta just fall back. It's 5 minutes in. They've got a shrine, right? Sand King. Oh, he secures it, but now he's under tower. Stomp is ready from the Centaur to chain through. Sand King, 1-for-1 trade there for the Ogre, and they'll get a 2-man shrine as they fall back to it.
I love the new Battle Fury, but I don't think it's that good on an Alk. Like, especially when you have Shadow Demon, I guess that's why you want to disrupt them, use the Radiance. I'm not sure. He can still go for Battle Fury and the Radiance build, but the timing will be pretty slow. I mean, if you go for Battle Fury and don't build into Radiance, I'm not sure how that works actually. What do you build next?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oliver pops his Shapeshift mid, kills the Sniper. Infi tried to swing things back around. Did drop Oliver low, but now RMN shackles just out of range. But the Burrow Strike puts Infi into range. Oliver does have to run away from the tower, though. Very low HP, bloodlusted up and sprinting on out of danger. Still level 4 Sniper, so no ultimate to be shot his way.
Sniper level 4 and Lycan is level 6.
I clicked on Sniper expecting Assassinate to be cast. I'm like,
yeah, they killed him once or twice now.
Dire's middle tower
I mean, it's hard to last hit against the Lycan. You can't really out-harass him because of the region.
Yeah,
I mean,
20 denies on Lycan. Definitely has been rough. Alk suicides bottom lane, denies with a concoction as Centaur stunned up. Does not land the stomp as Infi jukes around a big fat Centaur. What's happening top? Zaz. Oh, he's level 6. He was so close. Oh dear.
Misplay.
Shackles, the good old combo. Shackles into Astral. Perfect.
Just keep his out. That's it.
Yeah, you're not killing him. He did pop his ulti though, so that's on cooldown for a good 50 seconds. And these Radiant supports now smoked up themselves. Limited mana on the Sand King though. Could do with a clarity or something. Just look at how aggressively RMN's playing mid lane. Sentries down, make sure there's no observer wards over on that side, but there's one on the dire high ground here, giving good vision over this staircase and ramp. Lycan and Shadow Shaman, of course, have shown themselves as the creeps they're fighting in the river belong to the Radiant team. And RMN's taken a step too far forward.
Lycan is in. Let's see.
He wants to fight the sniper. Shield in onto Cold Black, stun back onto Oliver. This is a lot of damage coming the way of the Lycan. He has to run away. Sprints back as the big wolf.
Not up.
He's still level 5, Lacoste. 8 minutes in and
well,
your
if it was
sniper is not level 6.
Ukrainian Goblak, he would have been level 6.
Turkish Goblak.
Level 5 only.
Level
Sorry.
5 only. What's Oliver? Oh my god, it's Oliver.
Oh. He's gonna find him.
He is, dude. 2 hits? Or
He has
three?
a Fairy Fire. That's
It's 2 hits, right?
2 hits, yeah. Oh.
Wrong.
That's 1 hit.
1 hit with a Stampede. Cheeky little plays. So Oliver gets the kill in the end. Now, starting off on the Alk, they know that Chemical Rage is on cooldown. 20 seconds for that, but he channels up the concoction. DNZ in a lot of trouble. 4 heroes here from the Radiant converge around the big ogre and bring him down. So the next big question for me, this stack, who takes it? Like, can your Alk take it right now? Because it feels like potentially the Dire could come and contest.
Yeah, he can take it. Level 2 Acid Spray with Chemical Rage.
And he's got Shield.
Take it. Yeah.
That will definitely help. So what does this bring him up to? Net worth, he's currently at 4.8k. Up to about 5.2, 5.3 by the time he's done. Jumping higher and higher. And there we go, up to 5.3 almost exactly. Going to be very happy with that, as Battle Fury is only 600 gold away.
Seems like Ant Esports love to stack the forest for their mid or for their carry. You talked about Aquila, Ring of Aquila, however you want to pronounce it, on OD. Oh, almost gets him. He's going to get him, actually. One more hit.
Sand King's
Never
out.
mind. If you play him as a safe laner, you build Aquila for the region, for the stats, and with the recent changes for a pike, you just disassemble it. Yeah, that's why.
For the Wraith Band,
so
yeah.
good.
And this time, no Midas. He's been free farming. He's like, sick.
No Midas,
I'm
no,
gonna buy some stat
mana
items.
as well.
Where's my clarity?
This is me playing OD. I'm always out of mana.
Essence or a level 4. You've got no mana
Not
left.
enough. It needs to be higher, at least level 5 or 6.
It's very, very sad. What's he got in the courier? Yeah, he's got a clarity, drums.
I think he has 2 clarities. No, only 1. That's not gonna be enough.
Who's
buddy.
stampeding? Bottom lane. They found a level 5 Shadow Demon. Very, very easy kill. Alk will stun himself. Doesn't really mean too much though. The Battle Fury is up. Mid lane, I see a wolf, and he is angry. Shackles from RMN hold the sniper in place. Sand King might get it in time, but the Ether Shock secures the kill. Quick TP from Infi, not quite enough to keep Penta back from this sniper, who is now 0-4-1 with only 40 CS. Looking very, very dire here for that sniper, as Abaddon dies top lane. OD. Very well played. That's something we haven't really talked about, right? Is the
Astral.
The Astral with the ulti from Abaddon, right? Because he pops his ulti,
Yeah.
you Astral him, and you're like, cool, nice duration, I'm going to kill you when it's done.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how Rasta gets close to a sniper. I mean, it's a wheelchair hero against phase boots and sniper.
Well, maybe it's now Sniper's turn to get close to the raster, right? There's the assassinate we've been waiting for. Level 8 now on Sniper, so he's weaseling his way back into the game little by little. But no Maelstrom, no Mask of Madness is going straight into the Hurricane Pike. Maybe worried about them lacking damage in this game. Oh, they found the out bottom with an Astral. He's still got Chemical Rage going for quite some time, but the damage from this OD. Yeah. Level 4 Orb.
Yeah, OD with the Bloodlust plus Lycan with a Bloodlust, that's going to be a huge problem for Ant during the mid and late game. I'm not sure what's he going to do with that Alk right now. He's going for Manta style or S and Y.
Well, this is the thing. I fully assumed it would be Radiance Alk because you get, Armlet, Radiance, Boot to Travel, Manta before the Lycan and OD get BKB. And then you've got that miss percentage, so you can survive even longer up against their right clicks. And OD and Lycan are almost entirely right-click based heroes.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what Alk is gonna do once they get Book 3 on a Lycan.
Yeah.
And they just roll from there, take the Roche.
I mean, what's Sniper gonna do when he gets stampeded on by an Ogre and a Centaur? And here comes the damage, Sand King 2-man stun, but Cold Black already dead. Infi's gonna fall as well, potentially, if the double edge not enough. Walks it off. Now the Banish in from SD. Posing as me slows down the retreat, but they're so tanky. Ogre and Centaur just walking around, baiting for this OD who can come in and do the damage at any given moment. But they see the Alk strolling on across, and they'll try to back up away from this Turkish side, who are creating a bit of a bunker in this mid lane around the tier 1. But yeah, like you said, Lycan now up to Book 2. And things are already looking dangerous for the Radiant. Hex in from RMN for Devs. Doesn't have Chemical Rage, so the Serpent Wards and the damage from the Lycan might be enough to bring him down. They switch targets though onto the Sniper with the Santa's Eclipse. There's the ulti from Abaddon, but the 2 big cores have already fallen. And Zaz, this is real bad. This is really, really bad. 7-13. Penta just, they've got this game in their hands.
Yeah, it's falling apart for Ant. Drums finished on OD, almost 4-staff. Lycan will have Book 3 in next minute. Centaur with a Hood and the Blink Dagger. I really don't see how they're gonna come back into the game if Penta doesn't just throw away their lead. There's even a double damage on top. They can easily Roche with it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
All right, Alki. Yasha. Feels so
Don't laugh,
awkward.
Gary. It's interesting.
It's just the fact that it's taken so long. What did he have? He had like a 9.5-minute Battle Fury, and it's taken him 5-6 minutes to buy a Yasha on an Alk with level 4 Grieval's Greed. I mean, it's been really good from the Dire, like catching him when his Chemical Rage is down. They kill him, what, twice in a row? 3 times maybe? So his farming time has been pounded down into the ground by the Dire. And so he's gone Yasha back into Armlet. This is super bizarre for me. Well, we'll see where it goes. Yeah? We'll see where the Alchemist heads.
I don't want to predict it. I would predict it right, but I don't want to. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Bottom lane, I love the build on Shadow Shaman. They're going to push in 15 seconds for Serpent Wards. He's going for Drums build. You kind of lack mana, but with OD, it can work. I love the build because you have more move speed, a little bit of tankiness.
And you run up to a tower, throw your Serpent Wards, pop it on the creeps, pop it on yourself, make sure that you can bring down towers as mid lane. The jump in Sniper again has been found by the Centaur. Immediate annihilation as the OD. They have vision under this tower with the Necro 3. They see the Sand King and the Sentry there for good measure as the double kill from OD arrives. And this looks close to over. The Sniper non-factor. Alchemist still farming. S&Y is coming. You did call it after the Battle Fury. Going for the Sound and Yasha. But, oh, it wasn't even Necro 3 yet. That was just Necro 2 from Oliver. Now Necro 3 arrives, and the high ground push begins.
It would be cool for Necro, maybe a good upgrade if you get it after, if you get a level 3 recipe and they're still active, they upgrade to level 3.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Redditors, please put it on the Reddit, not too lazy.
Abaddon. He's going to pop his ulti. Oliver will fall for that melee Rax. Centaur banished at the last second of his TP. A fraction away from getting away. But in the end, Anti-Sports will catch a couple here. The turn back, though, is the Alchemist dying to this OD with the Sandy's Eclipse, and there's no stun to catch him as he retreats. The Ogre, same story. Get back to safety. That's a full melee Rax taken mid lane. With Roshan still available, you can just feel Penta know. Like, they will have mapped out their next, like, 10 moves, right? Push top tier 2, shove 3 lanes in, take Roshan, find the sniper, kill the sniper, then endgame.
Sounds good to me, Gary, but Sanking has a Blink Dagger now, so that might change things a little bit.
Is that going to stop them?
No, but it might change things a little bit.
Oh, shit. That's a Shadowblade OD. He just found the Abaddon, apparently.
Yeah, with the full mana now.
Good shit.
Huh? So,
Sniper, what do you have? Dragonlance is coming, I guess. OD nearly found
wrong
him.
way.
Guesses incorrectly, unfortunately. But Shadowblade OD paying off. Already gets 1 kill, nearly catches a second one there, and his arc moves around the map freely.
I can easily just take the shrines. When you play Lycan, it's the same thing when you play Nature's Prophet and take down tier 3 towers. You can just easily send wolves on shrines and kill them. They have pretty much nothing to counter it.
A deep smoke here from Penta, already behind enemy lines. And there's a DD rune that spawns top spot.
Look at Rastus move speed 454 in a smoke. That's upgraded Walmart chair, pimp my ride.
got the rims and everything. Got the big 16-inch subwoofer in the back, yeah?
Did you watch that show?
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
I mean, when I was
young.
Yeah, when you're like a young teenager, right? You know, 12, 13, 14. You were like too old for like Nickelodeon. Oh, we'll come back to this. And maybe not. I don't know. They're all just dying so quickly. Shadow Shaman, gone. Popped. See ya, buddy. They do get the Centaur elsewhere. Top lane, it looks like, but with Abaddon denying himself. Mid lane, losing 2 heroes around this Roshan pit as Oliver secures this Aegis of the Immortal for themselves. But yeah, like, you know, when you're 12, 13, you're like, you know, you feel you're too old for like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and stuff. You grow out of...
You're never too old for Johnny Bravo and
no.
Dexter's Laboratory.
But I mean, in your head, you know...
Cow and chicken.
When you have like a younger brother, you want to separate yourself from the rest of your like sort of family or younger children. So you're like, I'm too old for cartoons now. And you go and watch MTV to act like an adult. So you watch Pimp My Ride and MTV Cribs.
Makes sense, but still, the old Cartoon Network was so good.
Oh yeah. I mean, Alchemist, show us what you can do with this Blink Dagger. Oh, okay, you're gonna run away? Kill the Ogre? Yeah, pokes the angry Ogre a little bit. Damage is done though. Tier 3 and half the melee racks have fallen as Penta wait for Necro 3 to come back off cooldown. Lycan shape-shifting, looking for a jump. They do catch 1 Hex onto Abaddon as this Alchemist jumps in with a concoction onto OD, but Oliver sprinting around with this Lycan, still able to do lots of damage for Devs, runs out of that big ulti of his and he will fall. In come the Necrobooks, chasing down Coldblack the sniper. The stun from Sand King buys a fraction of a second, but OD is too big, too strong, cannot be stopped in this battle. Abaddon popped the Aegis, but a 2-man stomp from Centaur catches the supports, and that is surely game over, dude.
3, 2, 1, go.
That's DNZ calling it. Well played. 5 heroes dead from Ant. Lycan will move towards the tier 4s. And there's GG. Good luck next. Penta progress through to the next round as they win this best of 3, 2-1. Like, it wasn't easy by any means. This was a struggle to begin with from Penta, but they definitely found their rhythm, got into the groove, and game 3 looked a lot nicer. But I want to say that Ant kind of outdrafted themselves a little bit.
Yeah, I was expecting 2 short games. Penta just taking it home easily, like they did in the game number 3. But it didn't happen. I don't know actually what happened in game number 1. So many mistakes from both sides. Yeah. It was kind of painful to watch. But this feels more of a Penta.
Well, OD, unkilled, 0 deaths. And yeah, it was just straight sailing, honestly, for Penta for the majority of that game. So Penta move forward to face Mousesports in that second round of the playoff. Gonna be an interesting one. Penta against Mousesports should be.
They seem to be on the same level of skill. Didn't see Mouse for such a long time. They failed to qualify for pretty much anything.
They came second at WSG, but that's, you know, international tournament. It's not against your normal kind of, you know, tier 1, tier 2 teams with the nationalities.
It's going to be definitely interesting to watch.
For sure. Especially with the amount of fighting that Penta likes to do, and Mousesports just, you know, go in all the time, seemingly. But we do have one more best of 3 coming your way almost immediately. They've been waiting for us, so coming straight up after this break, going to be 5 anchors, no Sea Captain versus Team Doggy. Going to be good.
Some funny names, though.
Yeah, very funny names. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be back in just a little bit.